How to price your handmade product. Let's talk about it. Hi everyone, my name is Lydia. In today's video, I am going to show you the breakdown of how I, emphasizing on the I, price my items, and you can implement this in your business. Or if I miss anything, please feel free to let us know in the comment below. We are learning from each other, so anything that can help somebody else, please let me know in the comments. And also, again, this is how I do it. So please be mindful that this is my method. I'm not saying this is the method everybody use or whatever. This is my method. Pricing formula. When it comes to pricing a handmade product, there's a lot of controversy around it because a lot of people think that small businesses shouldn't charge for their price. For their product, they shouldn't add their time. But my question is, at the end of the day, you go to work and you clock in and you get paid. So why is it that when it comes to small businesses, we are not supposed to add our time? It took us time to make the product, number one. It took us money because we had to go buy the materials to make whatever it is that we are making. So how come when it comes to small business, there is always a question about our prices are too much and whatnot? I just want to share this so you know what you're doing if you're starting out, and also if you've started and you haven't added all these, or maybe sometimes we don't even think about it. When I started my business, I was just guessing my prices. I'm just going to be honest. I was guessing my prices, and even that I thought it was too high, until now that I am really taking my small business very seriously and really doing the numbers and sitting down, because sometimes we also don't want to do it. Back then, I didn't want to sit down and listen. I was so happy in making the product that I didn't care about how I was making the money. I just wanted to make it, right? But now that I'm taking it serious, there are things that needs to be done for me to at least make a profit back to pay myself. So the first thing is that a lot of small businesses, including myself, that we forget is the material. You are making the product. You should know what goes in what you are making. I make tote bag. I make sewn item. I know exactly how much it takes. And I've shared this on this platform before, some of my videos back down, how much I paid for the fabric and how I am dividing it and how I am coming up with the prices and how many I am getting out of a yard. I've broken it down in a video. So you have to know, if you make candles, you need to know how many ounce is a wax, how much is it, the oils, the essential oils that you make, all that is your materials, right? The jars you're gonna pour the candles out of. If you make t-shirt, the price of the t-shirt. And when I say the price of the t-shirt, I am not talking about one t-shirt costs you $5.99. No, I'm talking about the total when you were done and you paid, which include the shipping, the taxes. How much is it? That means that $5.99, you paid for shipping, you paid for the taxes. At the end of the day, your total is not $5.99. Your total is going to be more than $5.99. That is what I talk about when I ask for your total, right? Majority of people, including myself, we weren't thinking about it, or we don't even think about it. So the first is materials. The second is your hourly rate. Your hourly rate depends on the state that you are in. You can ask Google how much the minimum wage is, or what is the hourly rate in the state that you are in, and it will tell you. Then you can move on from there. And you have to look at yourself. You have to really think about it and say, is this hourly rate good for me, or is it you need to be charging more? Because you know your product. You know the amount of time you are putting into it. You know what goes into it. Even if it takes you 1 hour, you know the amount of effort that you put into it. You know, the blood and sweat, the sweat and blood, or the blood and sweat, the sweat and blood that goes into it, you know. So how much are you worth that? And then number 3 will be your fees, your fees, your fees, your fees. Please, whatever platform that you are selling on, whether Shopify, Wix, Square, Etsy, GoDaddy, Go Imagine, all these websites, Big Cartel, how much are they charging you? If you do not know that part, that is a problem. That means you are not adding it to your prices. If you sell, on today's video, I am doing it on Etsy because that is where I am. And yes, Etsy fees are expensive, but I cannot also afford a $30 which I believe now is $40 a month for Shopify. And if I want my shop to be good, I have to buy some plugs, some pop-ups to make, take my shop to the next level. I cannot afford that. I once heard somebody that said that her Shopify is, I think it was X&M Beauty, that she was breaking it down and saying that she paid $40 for the basic, but at the end of the month, she's paying $77 a month for her Shopify store, just because she has all these pop-ups on to make her store great. And that is what, as a small business, you should strive for. Hey, today I can't speak for the living daylight out of me, right? Because you want your shop to be great. And if you want it to be great, you are going to stop doing the free stuff and stop paying, because the free stuff always have a limit. If it doesn't have a limit, then there's something wrong with it, right? And it's not going to give you all the perks until you pay. So those are your fees. Others, which is the fourth one, right? The first is material. The second is your hourly rate, which is your labor. The third is your, your fees. And the fourth one will be others. And when I say others, is like your electricity, your whatever, water. If you do water, your water for me is kind of good. It's just my electricity and my gas. Your needle, if you do candles, your scale, your whatever that it is, you add it to others. And that is what I do. I just listed out others. It makes it easy. I come up with a flat rate and then I'm good to go. And there you can cut yourself. That part, I'm not going to talk much about it because I'm trying to figure it out. So I just come up with a price that will work for me and we keep on moving. So that being said, let me flip you around and let me show you what the breakdown is. And I'm going to talk you through the materials, everything that I've mentioned. So write them down and let's go on the table to see what I'm talking about, the breakdown. So let me explain. The lighting is very bad because if you're in Georgia, this whole week it has been raining. It's very cloudy. The sun is coming out, but not really. So please bear with me here. So this is the pricing sheet, right? The first that we spoke about was materials. Materials includes everything that you do. So with one of my bags, which is the one I'm using, the webbing for, the new one, these are the 5 things that goes into it, right? Not a lot compared to others, right? Not a lot, but the materials that I've used is cotton webbing, which is the handle, lining, the magnetic snaps, and the interfacing. And these are the prices. So with the cotton webbing, I use 2 yards. 1 yard is $1.79. So now I'm going to times it by 2 yards because I use 2 yards. That gives me $3.58 for the 2 yards, right? Then you come to lining. I did 1.5 yards because of how big this bag was. So 1 yard is $5.59. $5 divided by 2 will give me the 1/2 yard. So once I got that, then I times it by this price, which gave me $8.38, right? Are you getting it? All right, let's move on to my magnetic snap. It is $14.03 after everything is said and done with taxes. And I divided it by how many is in the bag, and it gave me 60 cents for one. Interfacing is $7.69, and I bought 1 yard because it's 60 inches. So that one I could use 1 yard for. And again, that was $7.69. So with material cost alone, I am up to $20.25. That is everything that comes with the bag. All right. So moving on is your labor costs. Your labor costs, depending on, again, what I explained. Let's say labor cost is $15. This one, everything that you're going to see is the true price except this one here. Again, I want you to go do your own research and not say, oh, we live in Georgia, so hers is the same. No, this number is not right. Everything here is good. So let's say my hourly rate is $15 an hour, right? Now I'm going to plus this 15 plus the $20.25. That gives me $35.25 already. That is how much we are in. And I say that it took me an hour. It did not take me an hour. By now, we all know how long it took me. So the third thing that we are going to talk about is fees. Fees. These fees are for Etsy. They charge you for listing fee, transaction fee, processing fee, plus 25 cents. So what I did was with the 35.25, I added the 20 cents, which came up to $35.45. Now, I did 6.5% of this one here. That comes to $2.42. I added it. So now my total for the bag is $37.87. Okay? You are not making any money. You are just making exactly what it is. And then the same thing with the processing fee is 3% of that is $1.13 plus 25 cents. It gave me $39.25 for this bag alone, right? For this bag alone, it is costing me $39.25 for the bag. Now, this is where it gets tricky. Flip it around. I didn't have enough room. Flip it around. Now, multiply by 2.5, or 3%. Okay, that is how you make profit. Okay, that is your profit margin or whatever you want to call it. So if I times $39.25 by 2, I get $38.50. If I times it by 2. If I times it by 2.5, I make $98.125. Just round it up, 98.25. If I times it by 3, it's $117.75. Okay, now let me explain this part. This is the part that when everything is said and done, these are your materials, these are your hourly rate, you take everything out. That is the $39.25. This price will keep going down and down and down if you have to add your gas, right? If you have to take away your thread, if you have to take away your electricity, if you have to take away any little things that it will add up, but is really for me, again, this is for me, like my electricity. I'm not going to sit there and measure how many electricity I use, to be honest. I'm not going to sit here and maybe gas, you might, 1 gallon, you might be able to calculate 1 gallon. I'm not going to do that. I don't have time for that. See, that is not a good mindset, but trust me. So all that will come out of this price here. And whatever is left after this $39.25 and your gas, your electricity, your needle, your machine, everything here, right? Whatever is left is going to be your profit. That means your profit means after everything is said and done, like I said, if you make $20, that is how much you are going to make off one bag. You are going to make $20 off one bag if somebody purchases it. So for me, with the exception of not giving the true number for this one right here, which is almost close to, mine is 77. It's almost close. But when everything is said and done, I'm not making much of one bag, right? Of one bag, taxes, right? Because mind you, you have to set money aside to pay taxes. For taxes and all that, I'm not making much of my bags. I'm okay with that. As long as, for me, Lydia, that I'm showing you this, as long as I can get this out of any of these numbers here, I'm okay. I'm okay. You have to decide what is okay and what is not. That is why my price is the way that it is. And I also want to talk about, oh, that's my gray hair. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I love gray hair. Mine is coming off, but, ooh, the lighting from that side and this side, what a difference. Oh, this side is better. Anyway, so there is a creator on this platform that she also sold. She's very young and she priced her item and people are going off on her. And to me, this is yes, some of her stuff I raise an eyebrow, but that is besides the point. But the point is, the people that are criticizing her and her prices are the people who doesn't know what goes into sewing, who doesn't know what goes into making a product. And they are the people that are guessing their prices like I was. If I was guessing my prices, hands down, I'm going to be honest with you. Yes, I will talk about her prices because it's high. But knowing what goes into sewing now, I look at her price and I'm like, fair, okay. How much she charge, and it all comes down to how much the person is charging an hour. You know, how much the person is charging for an hour. You have to charge in a way where you can live off your business, not go downhill. Okay. And right now she's blowing up, so she's riding with the waves, and which I think anybody in small business, if you have a small business, that is what you should do. Ride with the wave until the waves calm down. Ride with it. And she's riding with it, and I'm proud of her. She has her prices. People are going in on her pricing. If you can't afford it, just go somewhere else, right? She's not going to lower her prices just for one person. There are other people that are really supporting her. So what is that telling you? There are people that are willing to buy her product. So once you understand why somebody is charging the way that they are charging, you have a different perspective of, got it. So this is what she does, or this is something that she does. Nobody is going to sit on the internet here and do what I have done. Give you the details. Nobody is going to do that, because at the end of the day, it all comes down to your hourly rate right here. They can give you this, they can give you this, they can share whatever, but when it comes to your hourly rate, nobody is going to tell you that. People will charge $45 an hour, $50 an hour. That is their rate. You can't do anything about it. You can also charge $50 an hour. Is you. So please don't question small business. Once you watch this video, don't question small businesses, because it takes a lot and you cannot put a price tag on love. That is what I say, because I love what I do and I put my soul into what I do. The next video you're going to see, I stabbed myself, I cut myself. I have a needle that went inside my thumb right here. You see that black thing? The needle just, all right. We are not going to talk about it. Did I bleed? Yes. And there is one that happened right here. You see that white mark, right? It's not focusing, but that is also a needle that, right? We don't count for that. You cannot, there's no price tag on that. None. So please be mindful, but this is how you price your items. The Etsy fee, if you go on your Etsy, you will see it. Etsy does not hide how much they are charging you. They don't. So if you do not add it, and stop thinking about, oh, who is going to buy this? I priced my bag for $77.99. I'm crossing my finger and I believe and pray that somebody is going to buy that, because I put my heart and soul into it. There are people out there that are charging way higher than my bags, and also the quality is not like mine. Mine is top tier. And I will say that if you've purchased from me, you know my product is good. I don't go for quality. I don't go for quantity. I go for quality. Ew. So please be mindful. But this is it. If you have any questions about pricing, let me know in the comment below. If I miss anything, please, we are learning from each other. Let us know in the comments. We will really appreciate it. But until then, I'll talk to you later. Bye.